Hi friends, my name is Rachel, and I'm going to take you through this course, where we will discuss the forms in which research funding is typically offered, how to get what you need, and how to consider your place in the project. We will also look at the life cycle of grant writing, from an idea to the final decision. It will provide you the tools to be a successful grant writer, without going into specifics about schemes, national politics, or academic disciplines. In some disciplines, it used to be possible to do high-quality research without applying for external funding. However, this is no longer the norm. Even the traditionally desk-bound arts and humanities subjects, researchers look for external funding sources. Therefore, writing a persuasive grant application is the first step to do research. Most research funding programs work one of two ways. One is fellowship, and the other is grant funding. The very shape of research may vary. Your promised outputs, your total cost, the duration of the project can all be drastically different. So the catch is to have clarity of what you want from your funder and your research. Fellowships typically pay for an individual researcher's time, whether that comes in the form of a salary, part salary, or a teaching buyout, where someone else is employed to cover the day job of the researcher. Fellowships typically last only a year and are focused on one particular output, such as a book. In some subjects, fellowships also fund engagement with industry or with public bodies, but the emphasis is always on a single researcher and the cost of his or her salary or replacement. On the other hand, grants fund research projects that involve a team, usually led by one principal investigator. They tend to fund much bigger projects, lasting multiple years, supporting multiple researchers. The principal investigator is usually a senior researcher with co-investigators and research assistants employed as part of a team. Choosing between a fellowship or a grant depends on your circumstances. If you're not currently employed at a research establishment, you can probably apply for only certain fellowships. Now that we know the difference between them, it is very important to remember the similarity, that for both these funding schemes, you require a host organization to support your applications and to provide you a lab or space to carry out your research. Consider for a moment the thing you want most from the funding application. Why are you committing to this work? Is it a means of getting a job? Or a passionate drive to research something close to your heart? Is it about getting time to write some articles or getting the material for those articles? Do you want to address a particular problem in the world? Does your head of department think it's your turn to put an application in? None of these are bad reasons to begin the application for funding. However, the evidence shows that there are certain mindsets that are more conducive to successful applications. Passion projects tend to be associated with early career and very senior researchers, where the applicants seek to either establish themselves in a niche or cap a successful career. On the other hand, mid-career researchers are advised to concentrate on funder priorities. So when we are thinking about research for the public good, it may be worth considering the simple matrix that you see in the diagram over here. The x-axis denotes prevalence of the issue, while the y-axis stands in for the severity or the greatest need. We can begin to see how this might play out in the decision-making process of the funder by using the medical conditions as an illustration. Well, if we have all choices open to us, we would probably choose to do research, as all illnesses are worthy of study. So for example, diabetes, the most severe and the most prevalent of the conditions mentioned. It may be valuable for you to create a similar matrix of your own, with the axes suitable for your own field. For example, a good application for research into Mondor's disease will always rank above a poor application for a study on diabetes. But if both are equally good, the application treating the subject in the upper right quadrant will prevail. It's not uncommon for researchers to feel depressed by the application process. disheartened by the bureaucracy, judged or bullied by reviewers, put upon their managers and the universities. However, thinking about this process in the most positive way is crucial. Remember that the sums we apply for are often substantial, enough for a nice family home in many cases. You must be bright, positive, and confident that the best use of that money is for it to be spent on your research. At the same time, you have to remember that the funder does not owe you money.